Welcome to CYSZ Gaming. This is your host, the King, Paradigm. Bringing you some Mortal Kombat gameplay here. Today we're going to talk about how to get good at MKX. So one of the biggest things about this game, besides the composure and adaptation and reason on it, like the biggest thing is fighting good people. Like that's like one of the biggest things in this game. Like you hear that all the time. Like I can't find somebody good to fight, basically. Like I gotta fight somebody good, or basically I'm not gonna. It's boring, or it's not worth it because everybody else is letting me win, basically. And that's kind of what happens, because if you just play ranked all day long or play player matches, you're not gonna be challenging yourself, because a lot of people that you play in this game will let you get away with stuff that you shouldn't be getting away with. A lot of stuff you want to do, like a lot of punishes, a lot of stuff that would normally get punished, people just let you get away with, and that doesn't make you better. I mean, it feels good to win. Like you're like, oh well, I'm winning, so I mean, I'm good at this game. You know what I mean? But it's actually not benefiting you. And the difference between like the casuals and the pros is like, you know, you ever been like in a player match situation, you're fighting somebody and they're like up 4, and you finally figure them out. Basically, you figured out what they're doing. And you basically adjust to them, and now you just destroy them one game, and then they beat you once and they leave. The reason why they left is because they know you adapted, and they don't want to fight you anymore because they know you know their strategy, and they barely even beat you that last game. So they'd rather leave and have you just hold the L than actually make themselves better, because when somebody learns your strategy, that means that you have to expand your strategy, basically. That's why like pro players, they'll play like 50, 60 games until like the other player knows everything about their strategy, where they have to make up something new. And that's when you have to actually expand your character. And people don't like to do that. They like to just keep winning and stuff. They don't want to change their character. And the issue with that is like if you end up in like a tournament, or you end up fighting somebody that adapts quicker than the person you fought, then basically now you're just going to get destroyed, because now you have no other strategies that you created from playing somebody that adapted to you. Basically, you're actually screwing yourself over when you actually leave early, because you haven't took the time to create those new strategies, basically, for your character. There's that, and there's like when you fight pro players, like they eliminate your bad habits. So like if you're doing stuff that's really punishable, if you're doing gimmicks, they'll punish you on that every single time, to where you won't do it anymore. And people that you fight in ranked and player matches like casuals, they won't do any of that. Like they'll just keep letting you do it, and you'll just keep doing it. And once you run into like a really good player and they start punishing you, and you're like, what the hell? Like this never happens. And that's the issue with fighting casuals all day long, and you don't fight any pros, because the pros will expose all that stuff, you know. On the next thing is labbing matchups, because like I fought Reptile for a little while, and like I actually had to lab it, because even though I'm fighting a pro player, like you can eventually win, luckily, but like if you never lab it or try to figure out a way around something, you'll basically just keep losing to them, because they're not gonna let you get away with anything. But I basically would basically you gotta lab matchups, like even when you're fighting like pro players all day. Although, if you do fight pro people all the time, you're guaranteed to get better. Like, it's almost a guarantee, unless you're going to get destroyed all day. But you're guaranteed to get better. Like, there's a lot of pros that will say other pros are bad and stuff, but they're actually really good because of the fact that they only fight the pros, you know? They only fight people that are good. And if you ever, like, been in a situation where, like, you're fighting a pro, like, when you're, like, on ranked or you are on player match and you end up running into a pro player, like, they play like way different than anybody else. Like there's two types of pro players. There's the pro players that will literally wait for you to make a mistake, and you'll be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have did that. And they'll do like full combo punish you, like 40% of your health gone every time you make a mistake. And there's the pro players that get right to work. Like as soon as it says fight, you're just hit. Like you're just getting destroyed. You don't know what to do. They're not letting you move. Like Samij will go right to work. Raptor will go right to work. As soon as it says fight, it's just like, okay, let's start. Let me whoop your ass real quick. Like there's no chill when you're fighting like pro players. There's just two different types of them. So besides that, I also hate like in the FGC community, where people like they won't finish sets. Like they'll just end the set and like they won't even finish it. Like I was saying earlier, like people like they know you adapted, so they're just like, no, I don't even want to finish the set because I'm barely beating him now, and I think I'm gonna lose, so I'm just gonna end it now and leave. Like I said, it doesn't really help them out, but you know, like even in the last video I uploaded, like the Cyrex fight, like I was streaming for 9 hours that day. That was actually like 3 in the morning, and like he asked me if I wanted to play in the chat, and I'm like, I don't know. I thought I was about to go to bed. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll fight you a little bit. And he's like brutally me every round, like, man, I gotta wake up, man, because he's actually playing pretty serious. And I didn't know the Cyrex matchup, so I was just brainstorming on different stuff I could do, and I figured it out as you guys all saw. And it was pretty bad after that. Like I came all the way back, and he actually I ended up winning 3 games up to 7, and then he ended up winning 2 games, so it was like 8-7. And then he left. He was just like, oh well, I'm going to bed. And I'm just like, why don't you just finish the set? Like, why would you just leave? Like, at least you could say, hey, this is gonna be the last game, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, don't just like win 1 game and then just say, okay, I'm out of here. Like, I don't know, that shit bothers me. Like, it just makes me not want to fight the person anymore, because I don't want to deal with that anymore, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking about if there's anything else I gotta say about this. Basically, what are your thoughts on it? Leave a comment in the description. Make sure you subscribe. Make videos like this pretty currently and a lot lately, but subscribe, like, comment on the topic, and have a good one.
Reptile win. Round 1, fight. Round 2, fight. Reptile wins. Round 1, fight. Fight! Reptile wins. Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight!
You smell of desperation.
Final round, fight! Finish her! Reptile wins. Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight! Finish her! Reptile wins. Fight! Finish him! Triborg wins.
You smell of desperation.
Round 2, fight! Finish him! Reptile wins. Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight! Final round, fight! Reptile wins. Round 1, fight! Round 2, fight! Reptile wins. Round 2, fight! Reptile wins.